Look, have to go sign something? I don't know why.
I didn't know there was somebody here.
Hi there.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, I got three transit. I think I got that you. T or.
1 minute, okay.
Sorry, going.
I know, you're probably on.
Are you retired?
That's what I got to have. Yeah.
Did you have to?
How are you? We're sharing. Yes, we're sharing. You guys remember how way back when? Okay, it is now 5:45, and we're gonna call the Monteagle City public hearing, to order. We will only be discussing ordinance number 10-22. It's an ordinance to amend section 501 of the zoning ordinance for the town of Monteagle, Tennessee, it will include campgrounds in the use upon approval of a special exception in R3, per section 1107. And that's the only thing. If you're here, please sign the notebook so Debbie can keep up with that, and she'll of course put that into the minutes that we have a special meeting, public hearing for this. Does anyone have any comments, suggestions about the amendments to this ordinance? Calvin? Jessica? Doreen?
No, it's already had one reading.
Okay. And of course, this is part of it, the public hearing date will be July the 25th, 2022, which will interfere, and the second reading will be tonight at the meeting. If it's approved, does anyone from the audience have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
So this just occurred to me as I was driving here. I don't live in Monteagle, but I'm curious about this, because I live very close. Does Monteagle have rules for campgrounds? Do your ordinances cover what's required, like bathhouses and restroom facilities and things like that? Or I'm just curious.
Well, when you ask, of course there is, because we do have it's here municipal codes, and we also have codes that go with campgrounds. What it was
Okay, you
is
did.
that there is, but what this is that on the special exceptions, and it allows for the usage of campgrounds in R3, but it is through a special exception process.
Okay.
Yes, there are, and of course, Anya, our city planner, can find those for you.
That's
Or we
fine.
can
I
find
was
those
just
for you.
curious because it
Yes.
was never discussed before, so. Good
Yes.
deal.
Well, there's been campgrounds before, here. I think the Olivers had one. I think there was one at Fair Hall at one time. That's what that was really. It had a campground in it.
That was pre-me.
No, I'm just saying. I know there were. I'm not sure. Well, some of them were pre-me, but I do know that they had two campgrounds before.
Is that the only exception, or
Well,
what you're granting under R3 is the campground status, or there are
that's the
other
only.
changes?
Well, it's not an exception. It has to be reviewed as a special exception.
That's
It's
right.
an amendment to the ordinance to allow it under that term, and then it would be come before the planning commission and BZA, and then it'd have to go through a process to be
Okay.
approved. So,
Thank you.
the actual, what we're doing here is amending the ordinance to allow it with special exceptions. And I know you've been working on municipal codes. Do you want to add anything to that?
I think it's just a variance and exception. I think the question she brought up would be building codes more than zoning, as far as bathrooms and parking.
And
And
that
you
does-
adopted the 2008 International Building Code that would cover that.
Mhm. So there is, if you want to say rules, but there are requirements for campgrounds. Does anyone else have anything else? Do we have a motion to adjourn? Oh, yeah. Well, it's a public hearing. We're not voting on the ordinance. This is, no, with the second reading will be at our meeting. This is just a public hearing. any discussion about it, so you do have a motion to adjourn, do we have a second?
I'll say.
All in favor? Aye.